Welcome back to the PM edition of Newsfeed. I'm Liesl Wilson. Now, 3 apartments caught fire in Randburg, just north of Joburg, earlier today, where a child suffered minor injuries and was taken to hospital for treatment. At this stage, it is unclear what caused the fire. Early on, we spoke to our reporter Sipha Kema, who had given us some information about what had transpired. We are now joined by Sipha yet again. She's live from inside the burnt flats in Randburg. Sipha, good afternoon again. Thank you for joining us. As I mentioned earlier on, we of course spoke to you. You were giving us just a few information, the details rather, about what you understood transpired this morning. What more have you unearthed at this point?
Well, what we know now is that some of the emergency services officers are actually, they've done compiling the report. We're just waiting on EMS to issue a statement so that they can verify and also give us the information as to how exactly this fire started and, what was the cause. Now, if you can see right behind me, Liesl, we have one of the apartments which caught fire, which is the first apartment here. On the ceiling, and as one of the residents said, that that's how he realized that his apartment was actually on fire, was through the roof. So I'm assuming it's coming from the roof. You see the cupboards there are damaged and some of the clothes. We just want to speak to one of the residents here. Her apartment is actually the one right next door. It's the second apartment, and her apartment is also badly damaged. If you could tell us, how did this happen? What was your reaction when you saw the fire? Were you even here?
I wasn't here. I slept at work. After I got here, I just slept in the car. I don't know what happened. I don't know what made me sleep in the car. After some minutes, I heard my son screaming and the dad screaming. Then I had to run upstairs. And when I got upstairs, I saw my son, the dad was bleeding, and when I tried to go inside, all the passages, they were just full of smoke. I couldn't see anything, and I couldn't go inside the house.
And now, how bad is your furniture and your clothes? How bad damage?
Nothing. Everything is burnt to ashes. There's nothing that you can take from there. There's nothing at all.
And now, where to from here for you? The apartment inside is badly burnt. As you said, you've got nothing left. So what are you going to do? Moving to a new place, starting from scratch?
Yes, I'll definitely have to do that. I don't know what to do at the moment. I'm totally confused, traumatized. I don't know.
Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Latun. As you hear from Latun, she's saying that she's completely traumatized about what actually happened here. She lost everything. Her flat is badly burnt and damaged as well. Let's just quickly go down the passageway. Just you can see here, there's water from of course, the EMS and the fire extinguishers. They were trying to put out the fire. And inside is actually really, you can tell the extent of damage. There is absolutely nothing left. In the living room, there's nothing. The only thing that is saved in this apartment is the bedroom that we just saw through the window. But inside, it is completely damaged. I don't know if you can actually see far along into the living room. Everything is burnt. And just as we were coming up, the emergency services, they followed us back up. They had thought that they managed to extinguish the fire and completely put out the fire, but it seems as though there was a bit of fire left in one of the apartments, which then, of course, caused the fire to start again. Now we're moving down further along to Letwin's apartment. This is where her apartment is. So we're going to try and be careful as the building is still, there's still fire in the building here. As you can see, this is what she was describing when we spoke to her. You can still actually feel the heat and you can smell the smoke while you're in the passage. But in her apartment, in Letwin's apartment, I can feel the heat right here by the door, Liesl. So which means that there is a bit of fire and smoke coming in from here.
Sipha, at this point, what is the contingency plan for those affected by this? Have any NGOs or government departments come out to support and offer assistance to these victims?
Well, we haven't heard anything as of yet, but the property managers, they said that, of course, they also need to go back to the drawing board and see how they're going to fix the apartments and what needs to be done here. But as for the residents, they need to start from scratch and restart their lives. As you can see inside, everything is damaged, everything is burnt, Liesel, to the ground. There's nothing but ashes left of the furniture and Letwin's clothes as well. Unfortunately for her, she couldn't save anything other than their lives, of course.
You know, someone was injured, a child also been treated for minor injuries. In terms of how they're doing, have you had an update on that?
No updates as of yet, but what we can confirm, though, we were told that, as Letwin had mentioned, that her husband had cut himself. As I reported earlier on, that there was a resident who had cut himself, injured himself, while he was going down the stairs. Going all the way down the stairs, you can still see the blood on the stairway leading up right to the entrance, and he had a bad cut on his forearm. But we don't have any confirmation as of yet of the child that was badly burnt and taken to hospital. None of the residents have confirmed, and emergency services hasn't also confirmed with us, but we are waiting for the media statement so that they could inform us as to how many injuries really were sustained here, and also to tell us what exactly started this fire.
All right, Sipha, let's leave it there for now. Of course, we'll continue to cross over to you as more information is availed. As you mentioned that the husband is being treated, a child did suffer from minor injuries, and of course, as the investigation concludes, we'll be crossing back to you.